All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. It is Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. Hope everyone's having a nice morning. Hope everyone had a great and safe 4th of July evening yesterday. Enjoying fireworks, hanging out with family or neighbors. Hope everyone had a good one. Before we begin, I want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to join our Discord server, our live market blog. gar.capital/pricing. Go to free plan. We'll get you right here to our live market blog. Even have the link to the morning note there as well. Everything you need to start your day and to continue your trading day will be here. So again, all the news and information that we have our eyes on, and sometimes some charts as well. We'll see what we post. But we'd love to have you on board. So if you love the morning note, join our Discord server. Love to have you on board. All right, let's get started. Dow futures down about 195 points. NASDAQ down about 0.54%, S&P 4467 down about 0.5%, and the Russell is down about 0.79% at 1896. 10-year Treasury yields 3.868%. Dollar index is up slightly through 103.05. 1449 for the VIX, up about 5.77% this morning. Crude oil catching a bid, up today 2%. Again, I still have a level about 72 for a break. $2.51 for gasoline futures, up about 2.24%. Last time I saw gas prices, I did fill my wife's car up this morning. It was around $3.15 here in Central Florida, so not too bad, not too bad. Silver futures, 23.09. Copper down about 1% at $3.75. Here in Forex land, very flat. Euro dollar up 18 pips, 108.95. 144.40 for the dollar yen. 4 pips, 127.20 for the pound dollar. Again, that's flat. Bitcoin futures down about 3.5%. I'm glad I took those Mara calls and closed them out. 19.19 for Ethereum, down about 3.59%. And there you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with S&P 500 futures, like we do pretty much every morning. Again, guys, if you have any questions, we have the chat bar here on YouTube. Love to hear from you. And again, if I miss your question, or maybe you have one after our video session, please comment on our video. I'm always on top of that. I love to answer your questions. Thank you again for being here. All right, S&P 500 futures on the 1 hour, possible double top maybe, or we're just getting a little bit of a breakdown short term, at least. Where would this level be? Again, we're going back to levels not seen since last Friday. Not exactly the end of the world either. Let's go to the daily. Take a look at what we see here. You can see the daily on S&P. ES, again, 4,500 could be a heavy supply area, as we know. Again, we know the round number theory in terms of like Apple, for example. 185s, 190s are always tough to crack, or 160s, for example. Again, above major moving averages, we had that wedge breakout. Again, looks like 4,500 might be short-term resistance. But again, we're not exactly limit down either. We're at 44.68 at the moment. We're right now at the 100-day moving average. Really, in terms of support, we're looking at around 44.26 to around 44.20. We're not really near there. We're closer to 4,500 than we were there. So we're pretty much in the middle. If we really want to have fun and you really just like charting and stuff, you can always do a Fibonacci retracement based on this short-term price action. I'm not a fan of that personally, but again, there is many ways to skin a cat. So we can always just bring this down to the point of emphasis, which is that support. And you can see we're pretty much slightly below the 61.8 fib, or 38.2 if that's your thing. Again, you can flip it however you want. Everyone has their thing. So again, I'm not going to use that personally. Let me close this out, remove this drawing. But again, we're just sitting at the 100. Let's go and take a look at SPY. Good morning, JJ. SPY, I do have a gap to fill on the daily. Let's see if I can bring that up here. And you can see it here around 438.19. That's pretty much support, very similar to that 4,300 level for it's a 4,400 level for ES. So very similar price action on SPY. Again, we're still kind of holding up. I'm gonna place alert here at 441.29. Let's see if we hold there. Honestly, I'm looking at to buy the dip here. I do expect just the day after July 4th to either give us a little bit of price action to the upside, flat-ish up, but cutting down about 0.5% isn't really much, to be honest. And again, there's a lot of excuses why to sell. not a ton of excuses to buy. So again, let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ this morning on the 2-year. Again, not really much. Guess you can say we hit some resistance, but NASDAQ's actually looking pretty well. Look at the NQ here on the 1 hour. Very similar price action above the 100-day moving average. We do have a trend line that we drew here. Again, it's really based on the 100-day moving average, kind of, you can see. And it's kind of holding up very well. So again, we are getting an upward trend. Again, this is not bearish either. It's just very short-term time frame mixed with a short week. Today we have FOMC meeting minutes, meaning they're going to talk about why they paused or why they did a one-time pause. We'll look at that at 2 p.m. We've got some durable goods orders, and then we have OPEC meetings today. So hence why we have oil come up a little bit. Let's take a look at Tesla. I do have calls on this one. We're above the 20 on the 1 hour, kind of just hovering at levels we have seen since 2 Wednesdays ago, right around 280. And we have a little more to go on Tesla. See, we already broke out here around 283 yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, Monday. And a nice, well-defined trend line. I think Tesla really has more to go. I'm looking at price target around 315 within the next 2 weeks. And again, we know seasonally speaking, the S&P and NASDAQ are strong the first 2 weeks of July. So that's a level that I'm looking for, possibly looking to buy the dip maybe for next week. But again, last time I've held on for next week was Meta and Meta, and I had Amazon. So I really don't want to hold things anymore. I kind of want to just get in and get out as quick as I can. But Tesla here, you can see right here is where we had the high 284.14. We had a breakout there. The only downside here is this gap fill around 264. Let me go and zoom in a little bit more. Again, you could see that we peaked above that trend line, very similar to that S&P trend line. Remember the one we had from 2022, the most famous trend line in recent memory. I think we get to 314.48 within 2 weeks. So I'm looking to see, once we fill this gap and we get back to this point here at 278, for example, definitely want to get back in. If I can get out here on my 300 calls, I'll probably close out, get back in for next week, for example, and target 315 or hold my runners. But again, it'll be for this week for Tesla. So my 2-week target, we'll call it that. I think what 2 weeks will be, let me look at my calendar. 2 weeks from now, yeah, let's say it will be the 19th. Yeah, okay, not exactly a big call, but yes, we'll raise my price target on Tesla to 314.48 in the next 2 weeks. So, well, I'll remind you of my price targets then, or maybe just put that in your notes. Let's go and take a look at JPM. JPM had a nice candle this morning on pre-market. We got to 146.63. I'm still holding the 148 calls. Beautiful breakout on the 1 hour. Beautiful breakout on the daily. Again, the question is not if we get this. It's a matter of when. Again, we know where we're going with JPM. It's a breakout. The problem is time, as always. And then we also have something very, very important on JPM, at least on a long-term basis. By this year, we're looking at JPM being around 166. Beautiful breakout. That's the level you're looking for, 161 to 166. So we're going to keep an eye on this gap fill on JPM. Let's see if after I get those calls, we get a pullback, maybe back to retest 145, and I can go ahead and add some shares of JPM. Price target today on Tesla. Let's go. Well, why not? Why not have the price target today? I think that we're going to get back to 285 today. I really do. The only thing is we need the NASDAQ and the S&P to comply. Tesla can't do it on its own. Again, if Apple's red, Microsoft's red, Amazon's red, Google's red, it's going to be tough trekking for Tesla to continue. We want NASDAQ to build that momentum too, and to Tesla to go higher. But Tesla right now is trading at 277.89. We're down about $1 pre-market. Not exactly the worst thing in the world. Morning, boss man. You think Apple will get love to hit $200? Yes, I do. The question is when? And it's going to be a bit. Like we talked about, 195, 190 was a tough nut to crack. Got to break 195. That's really it. You break 195, 200 is pretty much inevitable with seasonality coming. Granted, if we don't get there by their earnings dates, and we went ahead and sent those earnings calendars to Instagram. We posted it here on the blog as well. I went a little deeper on that one in terms of what earnings are coming. Here we go. Apple will come out in August. So again, we have time. I think we'll definitely get to 200 before earnings in August on Apple. So I would not want to trade that because we may just get a little bit of a pullback here and there. You might just get a cheaper price. If you own Apple, I mean, the best thing to do is just own it. But I do think 200 is coming by August. So you want to give that a 3-week price target? Fine. Apple will be at $200 per share by their earnings, which is in August. A lot of price target upgrades. Very, very fun. All right, so that's where we are this morning. Let's see here. All news and information, of course, is on our Twitter and our Discord channel. Twitter had some issues as well regarding their tweet deck. Thank God that's fixed. Tomorrow, Metaverse or Facebook is coming out with their Twitter Instagram hybrid or Twitter type of app. I think it's called, I forget what it's called. It doesn't matter. It's their little deal, and I have the app ready to go. I think I had it set. Here. No, it's not downloaded yet. Let's see. See if Metaverse, Meta. I don't forget. I was Reels Spaces. I know Reels is different. It doesn't matter. Again, so that Meta platform may come out. So keep an eye on Meta for any kind of moves. Anything above 290, I think we get a shot. So let's see if that new app really gets people going. Maybe takes market share from Twitter. Remember that Metaverse, Facebook, came out with Reels as TikTok got hot. And then Instagram got a little bit more market share. Obviously, right now, we know the king is Facebook for the globally. But TikTok is big amongst the youth. So again, Metaverse, Facebook wants a little piece of that action. Obviously, keep their people on board with the platform. They just keep adding new things. As you can tell, like they're not really talking much about the Metaverse. But 290.40, they're sticking with the meat and potatoes, which is social media. 290.40 is my break level if we get that. And if we do continue higher on Metaverse, we do have a gap to fill here at 317. Below what level will Tesla level be invalidated? Let's see it. To be invalidated, really have to get below 265 or so, because that would just chop you up right here. That's pretty much the level that you cannot break. And I don't think we'll get close to that, honestly. Will that affect Tesla since Musk owns Twitter? Well, he already spent $60 billion on it. I mean, Twitter does have money, apparently. He just bought it. So again, they do get advertisers and such. But again, could that really affect Tesla? I mean, as much as SpaceX affects Tesla. Kind of think of it that way. I mean, how do I put this? I mean, would he sell more shares to raise capital on Twitter? Yeah, I guess that's always a possibility. But there hasn't been any even discussion about that. So I don't think Tesla will be really affected by Metaverse having a new platform. Twitter is Twitter, we know that, but they're not a publicly traded company anymore. It's private, so there you go. Pre-order Threads app. Threads. That's the name of the app. I'm thinking Spaces. Threads. I already pre-ordered it. I'm ready to go. So we'll see you on Threads as well tomorrow. Thoughts on NVIDIA, AMD? AMD did have a price upgrade today, so they may be doing a little better than the rest of the market. Look at this level here. Take a look. What I want from AMD is for us to get back to 117.61. That's exactly where I want to be. I want to get above there so I can play calls up to 120. So again, that price upgrade helps. We fill the gap here at around 108.92. Let's go to the weekly. Is it the weekly? No. Let's go to the daily again. I need to expand this. Where else would we go? Again, once you get above 117.61, really you just retest 38.2 or so. Not terrible on AMD. Let's go and take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is down in comparison to AMD. There is a gap to fill, I see, on the hourly. Right there at 430. So in order for us to kind of fill that gap or play that, I mean, I would say wait for that gap to fill to go. So, or you can buy the dip here around 422. But you may have some resistance here. Not the best setup. I'm going to go ahead and say just wait for the gap to fill, 430. But that's the level I see NVIDIA going. Just depends on the time. Will it happen this week or next week? That's always the deal. That's really what we fight with. We hit target all the time. It's just the time. We run out of time. The worst, but we just have to get better. All right, guys, we'll go and leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning. I will catch you guys up on the blog. Any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section of the YouTube as well. We will see you on Discord. Cheers.